Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So first of all, I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to post the weekly guidance reading. I did intend to, but past couple of weeks have been absolutely crazy. So here I am. I hope that all of you have been well and, staying centered and calm as much as you can during this time, especially because of the Mercury retrograde apparently makes things a bit crazy. So this reading is for only when you are called to watch this, okay? These are message of divine intervention. So this is what Spirit needs you to know now. This is meant to be almost like an urgent message. And the way that I thought of it in my head was that you're meant to hear this thing, and we're going to look at what area of your life it is in. It might just be one message, but obviously we'll clarify. And that's why I chose feathers, because I just figured, it's a good representation of something like this. So again, only watch this when you are called to. If you don't feel any of the groups, that's fine. Just, click off and watch it at another time, if anything. So before I begin and show you each of the selections, I just wanted to briefly say that I'm going to be hopefully getting back to some of your emails and comments soon. It's been crazy, so I'm going to try to do that next week if I'm lucky. And remember that this is a general reading. Info for personal is below. Anything else I forget, I will let you know later on. But so let's get into it. So these are the groups. All of them are feathers, as you can see, or a feather-like thing. Okay, so let me just show you each one. This is going to be group number 1. This is the white feather. These first two, I actually use these as a smudging tool for sage, just in case you're kind of wondering. Anyway, so this is group number 1, the white feather. This is going to be group number 2. I believe this is wild turkey feather. Okay, so I just put below turkey feather. I thought it was owl, but I was wrong. This is group number 2. Group number 3 is the peacock feather. Okay. If these are real, by the way, I don't know. Thank you to the animals. I don't know if these are real. Some of them probably are. Okay, so this group number 3, peacock, and then group number 4 is the feather quill. I think this one is fake. I don't know. Can't really tell. This is group number 4. This one's from Barnes & Noble, the feather pen set thing. I've used that before in a different reading, I think. Again, we have group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. Really take your time and use your intuition, like I said, if you feel called to watch this or not. The timestamps are below. Take as much time as you need, and whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 1, which is the white feather. So again, first we're going to shuffle and then look at what category or what area of your life this is talking about, and I'm going to only focus on that. Okay, Spirit, this reading is for group number 1, please, our white feather group, and the energies for them, especially your message of divine intervention. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 1. Thank you. Okay. Spirit, can you please just let us know right off the bat, what area of life is this message for group number 1 going to be for? I don't know if I just made sense there. Spirit, for group number 1, please, what area of their life is this concerning? That sounds better. Alrighty. What area of their life is this going to concern? Spirit, what your message of divine intervention that they need to know now? You immediately got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Ooh, wowza. Okay. Yeah, so Page of Pentacles reverse here. If you guys are like, I don't know if the word is like veterans of my channel, you know that I classically didn't read reverse, but I started to over time. Ace of Pentacles is over here. We have the Tower. And then we also have the Four of Wands, which I'm not sure if it was upside down or not, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So group 1, this divine intervention message has a bit of a mix here. I actually didn't expect that, but I think for you guys it is absolutely needed. So we have 2 different groups or 2 different areas. I am noticing bottom deck energy here, which is the 8 of Swords. So I am figuring that the reason Spirit is intervening here is because you either are feeling trapped or stuck, or if they don't intervene, if Spirit does not intervene, you will be, okay? So I'm going to take some time here. I don't know if you guys are feeling impatient, and I'm sorry if I'm going to deliver this message kind of slowly. I'm not doing this on purpose. It's basically it's needed for how you need this, how you need to receive this message, if you will. So let's all take a breath together because this is needed. They're telling me this is needed, okay? So I suppose that's the first message. They want you to slow down and and take a deep breath and to just be present for a second, okay? If you are feeling impatient or anxious, that's actually your first sort of hidden message. This reading is concerning definitely something having to do either with your career / finances, or for maybe like a good 30 or 40% of you, it has to do with home. If you think of home, if home to you means another person, there is a chance it could be that. But I think that this is more concerning like the overall area of life in that way. So home, career, finance, it's a little bit of a mixture, like I said. With the Page of Pentacles being in the reverse, it kind of makes me feel like it's almost as if they're saying you're facing the wrong way. Like you're in the wrong direction. The good news here, and I'll get to the Tower. The good news here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands is that your future, your bright future, is within reach. It is within your access. But the only way that you're going to reach this potential is if you make an extreme change now. Page of Pentacles being in the reverse, what does that mean to you? Do you feel like that resonates? Do you feel like you're in some way, it's like your head is facing the, like almost like screwed on a different way? I don't know what they're trying to say here, but they're saying that something is not aligned, okay? So whether this means for some of you that you're not doing what you love, or you're maybe even neglecting or ignoring, let's say, an opportunity, or if not ignoring or neglecting an opportunity, it could be something like you're not particularly feeling open to the future opportunities because of limitations such as fear, self-doubt. All kinds of things are coming through here. You're getting a ton of messages, which is funny because they want me to deliver them slowly. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit, but they're wanting me to deliver this very slowly. And I'm sorry for that, like I said, but especially if this is your first time here watching this, that's not really, I guess, typical of me, but yeah, they're keeping you in a little bit of suspense for a reason. Okay, just a moment. Okay. They want you to sit with this thought and with these feelings. And the reason for this is because this is not to be taken lightly, this decision, which I'm about to get into, okay? So with the Ace of Pentacles, and still, same thing, Four of Wands. The reason why there's a huge hesitation here is probably because of fear. Ace of Pentacles and Four of Wands is talking about your not only career, but your sense of belonging in this world, which has to do ultimately with your purpose. If, again, if you're new here, I have done a reading on purpose, so you can check that out below. Let me remind myself to even put the link there. But I did do a reading on what is your purpose, and I was very specific with things, so hopefully you find that helpful, or if you haven't seen it yet, okay? Excuse me, the throat acts up lately. So anyway, this is your sense of belonging. The reason why this is so connected, and so connected to career, and because this, and the reason why this is your chosen message of divine intervention is because this is essentially going to change your entire life and your outlook on everything. This is your life. This is your spiritual path. This is, you know, the mind, body, spirit connection. So that's why this is so important. So group one, they want you to look at the direction you're facing. So realistically, for most of you, like maybe 95% of you, they're saying, look the other way, or turn around, or evaluate where you're facing right now. So in other words, you know, just pay attention to whether or not what you're doing right now, what you're working on right now, where you're working right now, where you're spending your time right now, if you're not actually like, you know, they want you to evaluate that and ask yourself, is this making you happy? Is this your passion? Is this making you fulfilled? Is there joy involved here? And if that is not the answer, they need you to turn it around. They need you to do a reverse here, like, I don't know, a U-turn or something like that. They need you to flip it in the other direction, hence the Tower card, okay? The Tower card is a card of intense shift, could be transformation, could even be, in this case, temporary chaos until things settle down. Some of you, if you're not working yet for, you know, whatever reasons, or some of you who are maybe still like in schooling and things like this, this will still resonate. Now, I'm not telling you to go quit your jobs and quit your schooling, but again, they are just asking you to be honest with yourself about this. And okay, there's a reason why they're telling you this and why I am telling you this. In my life, I'm very grateful that I knew from the beginning what I wanted to do. Although I didn't know I would end up as a tarot reader, I tell you that much. I had no clue, but I was open to it. But I've met many, many people, I'm telling you, countless people that were in careers or situations that had nothing to do with their true, internal, authentic happiness. And for that reason, not surprisingly, they were depressed or anxious or, you know, distraught. And they would often be confused as to why. But if you just look at the sort of fundamental, obvious spiritual reasons for this, it does become quite clear. If we're living a false life, if we're living a life that is, again, not aligned or not authentic to us, we're cramming a puzzle piece that doesn't fit into place. You're just jamming it in there, and that doesn't work. People will try to do this. They will force it. They will just keep going with this for years, even decades. And they will never find that authentic happiness if they continue to do that. So that's why this is your message of divine intervention, okay? So when I said before, like, turn around, or however I phrased it, that is going to resonate differently. So for some of you, you may have to kind of do a total switch up. For others of you, you may have to kind of take a little bit of a detour. I'm not saying that you're in the totally wrong path, but again, they wouldn't be showcasing this if there was just something that wasn't quite fitting. So for others of you, if you feel like it's not the whole career path or the whole path itself, it could be a piece of the puzzle, or like a piece of the pie, you know, that's something that just isn't quite there. So let's get a little bit of clarity on that, but that's what I'm seeing here. If some of you have no idea what it is that you want to do, or what is your authentic self, then that is another message kind of indirectly that it's time to begin to explore that. And all that really requires is some hermit work, you know, like the hermit card. You can search the hermit card if you're interested, like full introspective mode here. So whether that's therapy, journal writing, just sort of like nature walks, like whatever, self-help books even. It's going to require that. There's really no way around that, to kind of have that seeking. Anything else that we need to know for group 1? What is their message of divine intervention? And by the way, I do realize how tarot works for sure. This is true for when I receive readings. It may not hit you as you're watching this, but if you still feel called to the white feather, like later down the line, please watch this again. And you will see that there's something that clicks. There is definitely a message here for you, because this is a strong, strong energy. Okay, anything else that they need to hear, group number 1? Any other additional or final messages for group number 1, our white feather group? I think that there's a very small number of you who have already made this shift. I'm getting kind of like 5%, 5 to 10% of you that have already stepped in this direction. Wonderful, bravo. They just want you to keep going, and their message of divine intervention for you is just that, it may feel a bit stormy, it may feel a bit crazy, but please, and this goes for everybody, please ground yourself, ground your energy, meditate regularly with the deep calm breathing, relax the body. I know it's not easy to do, but any ways that you can stay grounded and calm, spiritually and physically and obviously mentally, that is advised right now. Okay, so your additional messages here. Okay, this is an interesting thing. You have the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Swords. Okay, so let's interpret this maybe 2 different ways. I'm not sure, but we already kind of figured this one. This is going to take some time. This is going to take slow and steady steps, sort of building very slowly. They gave me the image not of like actual stairs, but instead they gave me the image of, where you have, what is even this called? It's like steps made of those slabs. I got like those thin little slabs. So you're really, it is gradual and slow progression, yes, but you are rising and you are climbing higher. So what they're actually, I think, saying here, if I'm not mistaken, they're saying that very gradually you will be able to see with clarity, to see the truth through the illusion. And I feel like that's a repeating message for some of you. Okay, Seven of Swords, illusion, deception, even straight up lies and dishonesty, depending on where it's coming from. Could be other people telling you things, but we can certainly lie to ourselves a lot. This could even be considered denial. Let me just say, just as a little asterisk here, if some of you are having a reaction right now, if internally you're feeling a little bit of resistance or almost like a pushback, not to say you're in denial, but there could be something to this. So just let the message open up for you over time, and you will begin to see some truth and clarity here. So I'm noticing that as I went through the reading, that message initially having to do with like another person kind of faded into the background. That's fine. This, I have to say, not to sound insulting to if you have a person in your life, but this is more important. And what I mean by that is, no matter what your situation with anyone, whether it's family, romantic, friends, whoever, you need yourself. You need to be okay. You need to be living as your happy or like joyous self. Because if you don't have that, you're going to be empty, or not empty, but like drained. You're going to be, exhausted. And I know you guys don't want that for your relationships. I know that you want to be giving and loving. So that's why this, at least in this today's reading, that's why they're saying that this is more important right now. Okay, so let's get a final thing here. I'm not sure what. I did take out the Light Seers Tarot, so let me just use that for this. It's a really beautiful deck. Okay. Okay, Spirit, can we just have any final message, any final card for group number 1 and their message of divine intervention? What do you need them to know or to hear right now? Can we please just have one? Just one at a time at least, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, well, you got 2. All right, let's just take 2. So you have here the Page of Cups and the Judgment card. Okay, so your first card was Page of Pentacles, and now you're having Page of Cups. Now this is making a bit of sense because it's almost mirroring each other. So the difference here is that Page of Pentacles may have been that you were following not your heart or your creativity or your spirit, but maybe something else, something more earthly. Maybe it was expectations, maybe it was like, pressures, maybe it was logic, or maybe it just was simply a lack of tuning in to the feeling, the spirit, okay? So again, Page of Cups, you can kind of see here, this is a really interesting contrast, or not contrast, like it's a really interesting sort of combination here. Look at this whatever's going on here. I'm not sure what's going on in these cards, but these feet and these legs really rising up, and then you can see the similarity here with the Judgment card. Like it's almost like her soul is rising up here. Really beautiful image, like it's almost like dancing and exalting or something like that. So this is a good clue for you. This is going to be you. So again, they're asking you, instead of following anything else, follow your soul. I do have, come to think of it, I do have a reading on that too. I'll link it below. I think it was something like, what does your soul need to be happy? I forget what I said, but I'll link it below if anything. So yeah, that's all they had to say for this. I think what I want to do now is maybe get one more oracle message for you. What deck do you guys want to use? Perhaps it's this one. Let me see. What is this one called? The wisdom of the oracle. Spirit, can you give us just one final message for group number 1? What is their message of divine intervention? What do they need? What do you need them to know? What do you need them to hear? I oddly feel like a lot of you, and this was not expected, I don't know if this is true for all of you, but I feel like most of you are way calmer now. It's almost like something unlocked within your soul, and it was just like, I feel, like I can let something go. So I don't know if that's true, but I felt it for a lot of us. Any final message, please? What do you need them to know? Okay. Your final card is, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I was saying with the Page of Pentacles here. You have chop wood. So the couple meanings here, yes, but this just basically means that whether it has to do with your job or career or how you're feeling now, that this is like sort of repetitive, maybe mundane. You're doing the same thing over and over again, and your spirit is becoming kind of dulled in a way. And the easy fix for this is to just tap into your inner joy. Okay, so again, whether that's your creativity, whether that's like your authentic stuff here, like I kept saying, it's the same message. So that's what they want you to break out of. Remember, in the very beginning we had at the bottom the 8 of Swords. Now I'm noticing the 5 of Cups. Okay, so I can see that this has not been easy for you guys. 10 of Wands beneath that. So this probably has taken a toll on you. The good news is that you can immediately break out of this pattern. Okay, and once you do, I do see here, whether this takes a very long time and you need patience, or little by little your clarity is opening up. Like some of you have already reached this point, but everything is going to become clear. Okay, so group 1, that is your message of divine intervention. I really hope that this was helpful. I really hope that it resonated. Let us know below. And if you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe, and info for personal readings below. But I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. And I am wishing you the very, very best. I'm sending you love, and I hope to see you next time. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 2, which is the turkey feather. At least that's what I think this is. Okay, so let's shuffle, and then I'm going to get into the area of your life that this is concerning. All right, so Spirit, this reading is for group number 2, please. Our wild turkey feather group. And the energies for them, especially, what is your message of divine intervention? Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 2. Thank you. I don't know why I want to say this, but I randomly saw a wild turkey one time in a neighboring city. And I'm like, is anybody else seeing this bird? It was freaking enormous. I don't know if it was like somebody's pet or they ordered it for Thanksgiving, but it was a wild turkey walking around. I was like, what? But that's a good sign, apparently, you know? I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody, but it's, you know, seeing almost any animal like out of place, I think is a sign for you. So you may want to, what I do is if anything weird happens out of place, I usually Google the symbolism, and it kind of it usually resonates with me for, you know, whatever's going on. Okay, Spirit, for group number 2, please, can you tell us what area of their life is this message going to concern? For group number 2, our turkey feather group, what area of their life is this message of divine intervention concerning? Thank you, thank you. 9 of Pentacles. This is a very strong message, incredibly powerful. There's like boatloads of energy coming through, so let me just kind of even it out a little bit. Okay, group 2, this has to do with your success and even potentially your wealth. You're a fireball of energy, group 2, or at least that is your sort of like your potential for your destiny or your path or whatever. Okay, below I did already say for group 1, I'm going to link the reading that has to do with what is your purpose. You may find that interesting just in case you haven't seen it yet. But this is what it has to do with. I feel like for you guys, this is a, oh, and I'm just noticing that there's the falcon here as well on this card. Notice you're standing tall by yourself. And although there is help, of course, from this spirit guide or whoever the falcon is for you, you're incredibly self-sufficient. Some of you, so with a general reading, everyone's going to be on a different level. Everyone's going to have a different perspective. So either you are now or you will be in this energy. So keep that in mind. Some of you, if you feel like this isn't you, you may feel internally that you wish it was you. And so this is still for you. This message is still for you, okay? So what I'm seeing here, this is a person who wants to do many, many things in this world. Perhaps you want to influence a lot of people. Perhaps you want to change minds, bring forth ideas. For a smaller number of you, I'm getting like some message about inventions or I don't know if there's like technology involved, but like there any kind of influence that you want to impart into the world, right? And so I'm assuming there's an aspect of leadership too, although some of you may not be interested in kind of doing that. It's more of like the influence and the energy of you, the power of your energy in this world, in your sense of purpose. So that's what this divine intervention message is about. I'm interested to see what it is though, because that's quite a message for just one card, quite powerful. Okay, so what is your message, Spirit? What do you need them to know now? For group number 2, our turkey feather group. Now I'm wondering, yeah, about like the animal itself. Maybe they're quite powerful. Like, I mean, I certainly was intimidated by this thing. It was like a dinosaur. Oh my God. Oh goodness. You have the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 2, I guess, most prosperous and wealthiest cards in the deck, 9 and 10 of Pentacles. You see, that's the oomph. Your message of divine intervention. So if you feel like you are not, for whatever reason, capable of this, if you feel like it's a lost cause, you know, if you feel doubtful of this, that is your divine intervention message. For the rest of you, if you feel confident within this, we'll keep going and get more. But I'm seeing here with the 9 of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck, the 3 of Swords, you may not feel like this is possible. So your message for today of divine intervention is that this is 110% possible, even more than that. This is like 1,000% possible. And their intervention in this is saying you have to stop doubting yourself, or maybe you have to stop worrying about the future. Maybe you're not doubting yourself exactly, but there's something that is keeping you distressed and worried and anxious. And if it's not you that's worrying about this future, alternatively, it could be that something else in your life right now is distracting you from this path towards your visioned success, okay? So whatever the case is for you, because of course, general reading, everyone has different stories, but their message is that, one, it's possible, and to believe this, that you can do this and that it is possible. And the last piece of it is that you have to begin to break all of these chains of the swords, right, wherever this is coming from, and to just really focus on this. When I say focus, I don't mean just mentally stare at it and like focus. I don't mean concentrate. But what I mean is kind of like maybe just rework the way that you're thinking about it, rework the way that it may or may not be a priority in your life. And sincerely, something has to go here. I really feel like something has to be cut out or released or turned away from right now in order for you to get the fullness of this, or to even, for some of you, start to step towards that, to start that journey, okay? Alrighty, so that's, sincerely, this is a really powerful thing. It just like kind of was like a punch of energy. That's how I can describe what this felt like. What do they need to hear, please? The 9 and the 10 of Pentacles, what do they need to hear? Enormous amount of success here, though. I don't know what it is you're planning. I don't know what you're doing, but this is clearly benefiting you, other people, maybe even, I don't know, something with generation has to do with it here, because 10 of Pentacles can mean that as well. But obviously family, it has a lot of benefit to family. Okay, what do they need to hear, please? Group number 2, our turkey feather group. You may need a different deck. Let's do that. This is the Light Seers Tarot. Spirit, what is your message of divine intervention for group 2? Yeah, they absolutely are telling you to stop worrying. I know, obviously, that's not easy. But for me personally, the way that I do this is, instead of worrying, I like to redirect it. And I like to replace worry with faith and trust. That takes time. But you do have the High Priestess here. So another message of divine intervention is that instead of the worry, or instead of whatever was going on, they're asking you to fully begin to trust your own psychic ability, especially your intuition, and to further develop the communication and relationship with your spirit guides and angels and whoever, whoever's, like, not even what you believe in, but like just be open to all of this, because we all have a spirit team, If you're not familiar with spirit guides, please check that out. It changed my life. I only found out about it like 6 months before I started the tarot channel. Yeah, it's weird how things work out, but you have this. So another reading that I might link below, I'm just noting these so I don't forget, is the one concerning psychic ability. So if you want, watch that to see what your unique abilities are, okay? Because you have many. They're telling me the number 7, probably you have claircognizance, which is like, just sort of getting these, I guess, knowings, like you just know things for some mysterious reason. So that was one. But you're of a high frequency. You're of a high... is it resonance or whatever? So you're, again, it goes without saying, because I got punched by your energy, that you are a very powerful being. I don't think, I also am getting a sense of beautiful, I think for many of you, humility. Kind of like you probably maybe don't see yourself as that, or if you do, you certainly don't broadcast that, I think. With the High Priestess, they're also indicating here that, oh, okay, this is nice. Another message of intervention here. They're trying to slow you down because they're saying that something is going to be revealed to you soon. The High Priestess has a lot of imagery with water and like this veil in front. So the idea is that little by little, things are slowly floating to the surface. You ever watch that happen where you can see in any kind of water, a body of water, whatever it might be, whatever was down below, you just wait for like a minute and all of a sudden it just it just appears to the surface and it makes that really peaceful sound. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Something is floating to the surface effortlessly, because we don't have to do anything for something to float to the surface. We just have to allow it to come to the surface. So that is what I am seeing for you. So another thing related to this is that yes, there are things happening behind the scenes. Okay, so whether that's divine alignment and timing, whether that's destiny, I like to use that word. They're orchestrating things behind the scenes. That's hard to believe when we cannot see it. Anything is hard to believe if we can't see it. But that's what faith is. So if you can have enough faith and have enough trust, you will see what I mean. I don't really know exactly how long, but this is coming soon. I'm getting now the number 3, maybe 3 to 4. Some of you 3 to 4 days. Some of you it's a little longer, 3 to 4 weeks, maybe months. But I kind of feel like it's sooner than that, depending on where you are in your journey. So yes, things are coming here. And when I say things are coming, this is exactly the answers that you were looking for. So whether that's regarding your projects, your wealth, your careers, your, whatever, these answers are coming, okay, very soon. What else do you have to tell them for their message of divine intervention? Thank you, thank you. Group 2. And I keep going back to that turkey thing, that actually happened to me. And it's relevant here because now I'm remembering back is that I was just going to some building, right? And I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, right? So this wild turkey is just there. It was something kind of shocking to me because I've never seen a wild turkey in my life. Was walking around. And so for you guys, maybe I was meant to tell you that because that's how this synchronicity or whatever's going on here is going to come to you. It's going to just happen unexpectedly. It's going to shake you a little bit, but you're going to know that something important is coming from it, okay? Now, this card here, the Hanged Man. Let me see what's going on with this card. So the Hanged Man is pretty much just a card of surrender, letting go, seeing things from a different perspective. But from here, this is a very graceful kind of surrender, very different in the artwork here. You can kind of see like this is just a very different sort of interpretation. And then here you see the light. So this figure here, she is just... I think she's actually really enjoying the surrender process and getting the most out of it. It's almost like, I think as children, we tend to do these things where we, whether it's like hanging upside down or looking up at the clouds or just doing whatever we feel called to. This is a very joyful kind of surrender. And the word I'm looking for is freedom. That's really what I was trying to get at. This is freeing one's self, okay? So another message for you that is included here regarding all of this stuff is you must free yourself. You must free your perspective. And if this means that you have to kind of maybe... you may have to kind of give up a couple of expectations or perspectives to really receive whatever they're trying to tell you. So for example, and this is really not an easy thing to do. Let's say that you always had an idea of a particular thing happening in your future. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but this Hanged Man energy is very significant. It's of a message. They're asking you to completely let go of everything. If you can manage to feel present right now, and let go of everything, whether that's the past or the future or any kind of beliefs, then you will be a free and clear vessel to receive all of this. That may not resonate for everyone. If it doesn't resonate now, watch this again in a week or two, because this is still going to be relevant and needed, okay? Again, you must surrender a lot and really let go in order for for this to come through, okay? If you want, you can actually literally kind of hang upside down or like in a different position, to have an actual literal different perspective. So this is kind of like a weird thing, but I don't know, like do something like, let's say you always are in a particular seat in a room, sit in a completely different position and corner of the room and like a different height. If you have any kind of like, maybe hang off the edge of your bed and look at things upside down. I know it sounds strange, it kind of does, but they're asking you to literally and symbolically look at things differently. And you're going to see that if you are open to this, then there's no reason the rest of it won't open up either. Can we have a final message, and then maybe I'll get an oracle card for group number 2? What do they need to know about the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles? It's almost as if they don't even need to tell you anything, and I have a feeling it's true with the 9 and 10, because you know your vision, and yes, you're gonna achieve this vision. It's not about that. That has nothing to do with that. That is 100%, you're gonna achieve this. It's more about the way you're gonna get there. And the way that you're going to achieve this really big destiny here is only if you are working towards clearing anything that's blocking you, whether that's worry, self-doubt, any kind of whatever. And also if you can just work on your own inner balance. For those of you that are interested in that whole sort of path, just simply look up the 7 chakras, okay? And that will take you through the journey. At least that's how I would recommend. Okay, any final messages for group number 2? What do they need to hear? Divine intervention. Wow, that's oh boy, that's pretty crazy. You got wow, I'm sorry. You got 3 5s in a row. That's really crazy to me. What's the missing one? You have Wands, Swords, and Pentacles. So you're missing the 5 of Cups. Oh my goodness. That's really crazy. You got 5 5 5 here. Okay, so 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. This is a lot of headache here. This is a feeling of either conflict or challenge and obstacle and confusion. And even for some of you, feeling like you're locked out, you're left in the cold. You can't get into this place you want to get into, or you can't get out of a place that you want to get out of. Okay, so again, that's why they were emphasizing the Hanged Man. This is all a matter of freeing your mind, okay? Free your mind and the rest will follow, some wise women once said. Okay, so that is their message to you, that you have to free your mind. Obviously, that's not easy to do, but if you start that process through any means necessary, it's going to get easier over time. So let's get a final oracle card here. I think I'll just use the wisdom of the oracle. Can we please have a final message for group number 2? Thank you. Whoop. Okay, that's really interesting. Your card that you got from this, the wisdom of the oracle, is imagine. And I think that this is particularly interesting because this all has to do with a free mind. So I just said, yeah, that like to free your mind is the goal here. How much do you let yourself imagine things? Is your imagination kind of like the sky's the limit? Or in even your imaginations, do you feel that you're blocking yourself? If you're limiting yourself, even in some place that is unlimited, that is something that you have the power to change and to open up. Okay, so again, the mind and imagination is unlimited. So let me say that again, because I don't know if I said it clearly, like in a good way. The imagination and mind is unlimited. So if you are finding limitations there, that means that you are placing these limitations on yourself and that they don't need to be there. Okay, so that's your final message of divine intervention. Free yourself, free your mind, and free these blockages. Okay, and once you do, you come back to this comment section and tell me what happens here, because this is really, really powerful stuff. And that's the final message. Okay, so group 2, I sincerely wish you the best with whatever you're doing here, and especially with this journey. So if you, I hope that this resonated, and if you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe. But I'm Sending you guys the best. I'm sending you love and blessing and prosperity. And I do hope to see you guys next time, okay? Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, which is this beautiful peacock feather. So I'm going to shuffle and then get the area of your life that this is concerning. All right, so Spirit, for group, this reading is for group number 3, our peacock feather group. And the energies for them, especially their message of divine intervention. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 3. Thank you, thank you. Spirit, can you just let us know right off the bat what area of their life, group 3's life, is this message concerning? What area of their life is this concerning for group number 3? Slight hesitation here with the shuffle. Interesting. Very hesitant. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. That's funny. The Destiny card, Wheel of Fortune, tried to flip over. Spirit, what area of their life? And see, I'm getting distracted. This is very weird. Okay, let's do it. Group 3. What is this concerning? What area of their life? My first impression for you... Oh my goodness, you got it again. That's really amazing to me because, yeah, now I'm confirmed. What I feel, group number 3, that is the start of your divine intervention message. This has to do, I mean, there could be a little bit of worry here. This is concerning. Okay, let me word this carefully. Forgive me. Wow, this has a lot involved. The first thing is karmic cycles, past lives, destiny, your path here and now. You see, this is a lot. This is quite a lot. So you got the 10 of Swords, you got the Wheel of Fortune, and then you got the 4 of Swords. There is quite a powerful frequency here. You guys have had at least, oh my goodness, some of you it's at least 10 past lives, others of you it's like 100. Like there's a very big number here behind your spiritual age, okay? If you've watched my other videos, you probably have gotten called old soul before. I'm going to pause for a second and tell you that twice now I wasn't sure if what I was saying was even in English. It's almost as like, am I reading hieroglyphics or alien language? Like something funky is going on here. So I'm going to say that yes, you guys have some past lives in other very far away places, very far away magical places, okay? So that is not your message at all. It's a little unrelated, but it's relevant, of course. So this message is going to have to do mostly with your destiny. What a beautiful thing. I love this. So yes, it has to do with your destiny, but specifically the reason why they need to intervene is because this has to do with cycles, okay? Or again, karma. And I felt from the very first card that many of you are fearing that you're not going to get out of a cycle of pain, okay? I don't really know how things work with destiny and with reincarnation per se, but I feel that every single lifetime we have free will, right? That's sort of like the thing of us being human. And for that reason, I feel that we do have the potential to break free of any patterns, even if it's karmic, right? Others of you, if you have some views on that, let me know. But I feel like that is probably the case. And if it weren't the case, it would kind of suck because we would have to be stuck with a particular thing. Anyway, we can talk about that at a different time. But with the Four of Swords here, this is you sort of resting, or there's something big in your destiny that's currently resting and dormant, maybe. So let's get the actual intervention messages. If you don't know what your destiny is, and I guess not many of us kind of do, I did have past readings, and in fact, I did use some feathers, I think, for that one, so I can link that below. I talked about destiny, I talked about purpose, and psychic ability. All of those related pick a cards will be linked in the description box. You know what I'm feeling from you guys? It's a really funny energy. It's a distinct energy. You're very different from group 1 and 2. You're a mix of interesting energies. So first off, what I'm feeling from you guys is such a sweet energy. You're not even meek. It's more like you're just very sweet. You have a big heart, and you're probably all of you are empaths. I feel like every single person watching this is an empath. You feel other people's pain, energy. You can perceive auras. Some of you, if you were not aware of that, you probably, have stories about it, though. Maybe you just didn't know what that was. You are perceiving people's energies, or like receiving and feeling them. Okay, so that's what I see here. And but however, I am, as powerful as you might be, I am getting this level of, it's almost like a timid energy. Maybe there's a lot of things that kind of make you feel a little bit afraid. If others of you are kind of like a little bit further than that, you may have felt like this in the past when you were younger, but maybe now you're just a little bit, I don't know, like more confident in things. But I feel like for the most part, you guys feel, I don't know, like there's like this, again, like this timid energy. It reminds me of a child. That's why I said you're very sweet. Like you remind me of just like this purity and this innocence. Yeah, like there's like a beautiful simplicity to your energy, in a sense that you just want to be here and to love others and to maybe have joy and play, basically, right? And just to experience life. It's almost like your soul just wants that simple life. This doesn't mean you're a simple person in a sense of like, like there's nothing there. You're incredibly complex. That's why this is an interesting paradoxical energy, you guys. You're very unique. Like very, very unique. I do think that a lot of you are complex, or even complicated, however you want to phrase it. Spirit, what is your message of divine intervention, please, for group number 3? What do you need them to know or hear now? What is your actual message for them? They're saying destiny again. Okay. Well, I mean, be aware that at all times you have your spirit guides surrounding you. Your spirit guides, your angels, your team, your higher self, ancestors, divine, nature. Literally everyone is here surrounding you and supporting you. So if you feel alone, please know that you are not in any way alone on this journey. And if you need answers, you just have to ask them. For me, I never knew about spirit guides until more recently in my life. It changed everything. Because I didn't know. I had no idea that they were just there. And then I was like, oh, maybe that's who saved my life those few times. Maybe that's who saved me from injury. It was them. And I'm like, they're awesome. So just like research it, if anything. Okay, plenty of material out there. And ask them for help. Like for me, I do that. I ask them, please guide my day. Please show me the way. Please guide this conversation, anything. What is your actual message, please? So yes, they and you are writing the story of your destiny. It's a co-creation. That's, oh my God, what a beautiful message. Okay, yes. This is really, really lovely. What is the message? Thank you. I got the number 22 for some reason. Okay. That probably, what is that? Like it corresponds to... it's a master number. 22 is a master number, and I think it means something kind of similar to unlimited potential. I think it means literally gold aura or something like that, but they're talking about the potential within your soul. The reason why you have all of this potential for one, is because you're an incredibly old soul and you have carried within your, I don't know, DNA, memory, your imprint, many different skills, interests, passions. Okay, so you could probably like do anything. You could probably literally do anything that you wanted to do or that you're interested in doing. Has anyone ever called you a Renaissance person? You know, kind of like that. I don't know. Maybe that's significant for some of you. Renaissance. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm getting a little distracted, but I feel like all of this is necessary. What is your message of divine intervention, Spirit? What do you need them to know now? Group 3, Peacock. These are beautiful. I'm getting chills a bit here. Oops. Okay, so you have, whoopsie, you have here, that's funny because I was talking about distraction. Are some of you kind of, do you struggle with getting things done? You know, like finishing tasks and focusing and, you know, whatever. You may find that although that might be true for some things, if you really like the subject, you have what's called hyperfocus. At least that's how they label it in mental health. Hyperfocus, meaning like you can pour all of your energy and your strength and your passion into that one particular thing if you really love it. It's like your whole soul goes into it, okay? So really take advantage of that. Okay, here we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Magician. All right, so you can see here beautiful imagery, lots of gold and the blue. Actually, it's alternating. I find that interesting, and I don't think I've ever really noticed that before, unless I'm forgetting. But you see it goes blue, gold. Weird, right? And there's some red in between too. Blue and gold. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but that is just something I noticed. So Ace of Cups, remember before I talked about your big heart, that there it is. You have so much love within your heart, and I'm talking about, you know, like pure love, like innocent, pure, divine kind of love, the way that angels love us, the way that children love and animals love, that kind of love. Anyway, you have so much within your heart that it's just dying to be shared. It needs to be shared. And it's just like bursting out. It's almost like you can't contain it. And if that is the case, it's difficult. That's like a whole other video in itself. But all I can really recommend to you is try to meditate, open up your chakras, work on the heart center, and just like really ground yourself, because this is an overwhelming energy. I can empathize with that. It's very overwhelming, and you may kind of tend to like overcare and overreach, and just like stretching yourself really, really thin for the happiness of other people. Just be careful. Balance is always necessary, and you have to also, as they say, care for yourself. And if you don't, you know what happens. The cup is empty. So that's another side kind of bonus message for you guys. This is needed balance and self-care. So, they're not necessarily intervening with what I'm seeing here. And I think that the reason for this is that most of you are already on this wonderful path of your destiny and your purpose. And in a sense, many of you, if not all of you, know exactly what it is that you want to do. Some of you, though, may not know the details of how to get there. And that's the only sort of exception, okay? But I can see that you are well on your way. You're taking these smooth steps to reaching your fullest extent power as the Magician, okay? This is the ultimate conduit of energies. All you really have to know about this is that we are not the creator. We are the conduit, meaning we channel the energy from a higher source, as you can see here, all right? And therefore, there's nothing to worry about. I am getting energy all across the board of what you could be in your talents, but just know that if you happen to be a creative person, that your inspiration, and I'm not trying to take away from your part in this, but you being the conduit, right? Your inspiration comes from a higher source, okay? So, I mean, and it could, for some of you, even be coming from your higher self, right? But your inspiration, and when you feel that imaginative, intuitive flow and it feels really exciting, that's coming from a higher source, okay? So that being said, some of you did probably need to know that, because you know how you get like really frustrated, maybe writer's block, artist block, creator's block, whatever. All you have to do is relax, open up the vessel, which is us, and allow the messages to come to you. They're right there. Your spirit guides are going to hand them to you, just like right there. I know it's not easy to relax and let go, but over time, practice this and you're going to see what I mean. And I do this myself. I can vouch for this. That is how this works, okay? So whether it's like you're writing a book, you're creating some whatever, like with art, I don't know what you're doing, maybe any kind of creation, any kind of ideas, channel them as this conduit, as the magician. With the Four of Wands here, it's just such, again, all of the love that you have within your heart, you are absolutely sharing this with others, okay? And in a sense, this and this feeling is actually where you belong. So you belong helping others. You belong with this sort of shared compassion. And if you can help another person, if you can connect on a soul level or a level of the heart, you will always have a home. So I don't know if some of you needed to hear that, because I know a lot of us feel like we're just not from this planet even. It's like some of us feel pretty out of place, you know, but they're saying that as long as you can help another human soul and share that energy with them, you have found a home. And that is sincerely such a tearjerker message. I love that so much. Oh, I can't. It's just too beautiful. So I think the final thing I'm going to get for you guys is, I did this oracle for everyone, the energy oracle, or wait, no, wisdom of the oracle. That's what this is. Can we please have a final message of divine intervention? Okay. Your message here, it says tick tock. Tick tock. And there's the clock in the hands. I feel like this can probably go both ways. This message has to do with timing, very fitting, because again, you got the Wheel of Fortune and this is looking very similar. So because some of you, I mean, this can go either direction. So what I'm going to say as a message that can resonate with everybody is that their message of divine intervention is that timing is everything. So some of you, they may be saying, you know, do this now, take action now, and not to say hurry up, but they're saying it is time. The other half of you, or the, you know, others of you, it's going to be, you have to just let this align in time. There's no way to rush this. And that is true. Timing is so delicate that it cannot be too fast or too slow, or, you know, it has to just be. It has to be just right. And again, that's difficult, but I guess for you guys, you're so ultra intuitive that I think if you just tuned into your gut or wherever you receive messages from, you're going to be able to feel if the timing is right for whatever. And I definitely resonate with that, because I have a lot of different things. There's a lot of different decisions, but ultimately I have to feel within my gut, and with the help of my guides, of course, is this right? Is this right now? I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of tune in and I feel it. And I think that you guys will know what I mean. And if not, try it out, okay? It's just like try to feel the timing. They did have energy oracle message for you, though. I did notice they said that by accident, so let's do that. Definitely not coincidence. I did see here, the bottom of the deck for this one says yin. And then you got the yin yang here. And you got the number 22. Did we say 22? I am kind of like flaking right now. But you got the number 22 again, if that's what I said earlier, because, you know, my mind is mush right now. But there's either something with the number 22 or the concept of yin yang, and obviously like balance, that is relevant to you. So for those of you that want to really go further with this, please search yin yang, and there could be something in it for you that you just need to see if you feel like it. Did I shuffle? Spirit, can you tell us one final message of divine intervention for group number 3, our peacock group? What is the final thing that they need to hear? And again, I find it funny because this was not like a warning or an urgent message at all. It was a bunch of smaller messages and a lot of encouragement. So I still hope that this resonated and kind of nudged you in a certain way, if like towards your highest good, obviously. I don't even know what the message was at this point, but they're just trying to say, hey, you have a powerful destiny. These are your powers. This is what we're working with. Maybe the thing about the magician was important for you. But let me just pause before I get the card. But just to recap briefly, they're not trying to sway you in a particular direction. They're just telling you what your energy is, okay? They're explaining to you what's going on, and they're saying, keep moving forward, keep going with your destiny. And I think that the original message that kind of got lost in translation is it's time to break the cycles. It's time to break whatever pattern you're stuck in. I think that ultimately, and you guys can let me know in the comments if there's more to this, but I think ultimately the way to break through these cycles and patterns is, one, to be aware of it and where it comes from, and to basically just do some healing, because cycles repeat themselves because of some sort of imbalance or something that needs to be healed, right? So this is going to take time, and please get some support in this if you need it, whether it's through your guides or others, okay? It's time to break the pattern. Write down in your journal or wherever, what patterns do you feel yourself stuck in right now in your life? And that actually, finally, after all this time, that's their message of divine intervention. You need to break the cycle. However, it's not about if you will. They're saying you're going to, but they're saying that now is the time to do it, okay? So don't be afraid, is what they're saying. You don't have to be afraid of anything. You're going to break the cycle. You are. And if for some reason you're saying, oh, I can't, I've been stuck in this forever, that belief is the only thing that's going to prevent you from breaking the cycle. Be careful, because that's manifestation, and you have a powerful knack of that, so be careful. Final message, please, for group number 3, peacock group. So you just kind of got a repeating message here. You got Goddess of the Moon. When I see this card, I often do think of intuition. Goddess, obviously a very powerful energy, very ancient feeling here. This is you. This is your energy. You're just so connected, okay? Whether you're, whatever gender, this is goddess, meaning the inner feminine principle, right? So again, like receiving and allowing and just really tuning into this natural energy flow. I don't know, did we see, we did, didn't we? Oh, I'm sorry. We saw the blue and gold, didn't we? So there's something having to do with blue that's very important or powerful for you. Try to use a blue candle or blue clothing or crystals. Could be talking about your throat chakra as well. There could be something you need to express or, see truth in, whatever the case is. And then the final message for you is actually the bottom deck energy. And you got victory, okay? So again, there's no reason that you're going to not reach this. Like your destiny, the wheels are already turning. Nothing's going to stop this. Except maybe yourself and limiting beliefs, but why would you want to do that to yourself? You're going to reach the victory. So this is the message, okay? So again, destiny, patterns, and reaching this victory, whatever this means for you personally, okay? This reading really threw me for a loop. It was exciting. It was very, it just was like there were sparks everywhere. It just kept flitting back and forth. Very exciting energy, dynamic energy. So group 3, that's what I have for you. I really hope that this was helpful. I do hope it resonated. You can let us know in the comments. And if you did find this helpful, please feel free to subscribe. Info for personal readings is below, as well as the links for any other topics that may be helpful for you. I'll link it below, okay? So thank you guys so much. I'm sending you love, and I hope to see you next time, okay? Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is the feather quill pen thingy. Okay, so Spirit, this reading is for group number 4, feather quill. And the energies for them especially. What is their message of divine intervention? Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 4. Thank you. Okay, so as I did for the others, what I'm planning to do is to get the area of your life that this is concerning. Okay, let's see if that ends up happening. Spirit, for group number 4, our feather quill group, can you tell us what area of their life is this divine intervention message concerning, please? For group number 4. I have a feeling of what it's going to say, but let me not do that. Spirit, for group number 4, please. What is this concerning? Thank you, thank you. I'm going to stop for a second, group 4. Just let me take one moment here. I am feeling, you see how I am feeling for many of you, you are ridiculously tired, okay? Unbelievably tired. And I'm exhausted right now. And yes, you're group number 4 and it's been a long reading, but you're just insanely tired, okay? So the first indirect message is you have to stop and rest. Not just your body, because that's big, not just your mind, but I'm talking about your soul. Your soul is dead tired, okay? And I can empathize with this. It's hard to replenish, especially if we don't know that it's spiritual tiredness, and especially if we don't really know how to replenish at all. I don't know. I can throw some ideas out there. Please let us know below in the comments if you have better ideas, because I need them too. But like, I think that the number one thing, so here's a couple things. You can meditate and replenish your energy through imagery, especially nature. You can go into nature, okay? Lots of earth element and water element will be great. Salt baths or salt showers will help to extract negative energy. You can use crystals. I don't know what else, like prayer and whatever you can think of, maybe yoga, tai chi, I don't know. Or Reiki. Reiki is really good. But anyway, you guys are needing spiritual rest, okay? You've probably, okay, you know what I'm feeling? This is amazing that you're not even having any cards, but it just had to be said. You guys are especially tired because you're carrying burdens from past lifetimes and of this lifetime, because that's just what happens. It kind of repeats itself, okay? So I think that what this is going to require is some cord cutting or releasing. So I don't know, it might be different for everyone, but you may want to meditate and just simply say, you know, what are the burdens? Burdens, identify yourself, please. And if you can see a vision or if you can feel something, like feel it and then go, like breathe it out, visualize that it's flowing out of you. I guess kind of like an air filter situation. You're just like releasing it from your soul, from your energy. And you won't have a problem with this ultimately because you're very psychic and you're in tune with energies. So all you have to do is know that and direct energies. Okay, pretend you're I always reference this because it's very, very relevant, but pretend you're like an airbender or whatever bender, that show Avatar I always talk about, and move the energy. if you need some, I guess, like instruction on this, then maybe just Google Tai Chi videos, because they do that very thing, okay? I'm sure there's other like art forms or whatever that do that. But anyway, so you're going to need to do this. So that was quite a bit of information without even a single card. Oh my God. That's really crazy to me. Spirit, can you please tell us, let's just get into the message. What is your message of divine intervention, Spirit, for group number 4? And you can let us know what it's concerning, but, you know, it's not needed at this point. Group 4, group 4. Your very first card is the King of Wands. The King of Wands has a bit of a face. He's making a face. Do you see it? Kind of blurry. King of Wands is making a face. Group 4, I don't know if this is true. If this next thing doesn't resonate, this is definitely not your group. But the King of Wands is dissatisfied by something. He's a bit, I want to say cranky. This is something within your soul that is not fitting for you, and you're just not happy with this, okay? So the area of your life that this is concerning, it's going to involve a lot. This message is going to have a lot. But I think that it's trying to get at the fact that, like, yeah, it's concerning your happiness, your power over your life, or just like yourself. It has to do with your psychic abilities. This is really going to involve a lot. But that is what I am seeing here. The King of Wands doesn't want to look at something, okay? You may not want to face a particular aspect of yourself or a situation right now. Yeah, that's true. So here's the rest of the cards. We have here the Page of Swords. I'll get more on that because there's something there. And then over here we have the High Priestess and the Two of Swords, okay? Although you are highly psychic, I think everyone in this entire video, groups 1 through 4, are really psychic. But you guys are psychic in a different way. Let me finish the sentence. Although you are highly psychic and you know a lot of things, for some reason, you seem to be blocking yourself. I don't know why. For some of you, it could be, I'm going to say flatly, stubbornness. Or maybe for others of you, many more of you, it could be fear, because that's a huge thing of why we would block ourselves. For some of you, if you're willing to admit this, because it's difficult, it could be something like ego or pride, right? And obviously you're not alone in that. I think that's like everyone. But it could be any of these things, but you can kind of see it for yourself. Two of Swords, you know, you're blocking your heart space, and you're also voluntarily wearing a blindfold. The High Priestess and the Two of Swords both feature the moon. You see the psychic energy. You see the water here. However, actually in both, now that I'm noticing, however, both cards is seeing the person sitting on a stone bench of some kind, indicating, again, it could be stubbornness. It also could just be stuckness. If you're not feeling stubborn, it could just be like you feel completely stuck, like you're sinking in place. You're just like glued to the seat, and you feel like you can't get out. Again, ironic because of how psychic you are. But I suppose this is true for any skill. What gain are we having from it if we don't actually either know how to use it or use it in a way that's actually effective? It's like, what's the point? Almost like it sort of becomes this appendage. It just like loses its function. Is the word like atrophy or whatever? Anywho, so yes, that is a sort of more of an indirect message here, that you're not using your abilities to the best of your benefit at all, whether that's on purpose or not. Oh my, that's really strong. That's super powerful. Okay, let me recenter here. You may know the answer to why, okay? And if you do know the answer to why, feel free to share with us, because it might resonate with somebody else in the comments. But there's a reason. There's a huge reason why you're not using your powers. And my question to you is, and I want you to answer this very honestly, like without thinking, what are you so afraid of? because that answer is going to really key into this here. You're afraid of something, and I don't know what it is. Oh, boy. It's making me anxious. But I do think that you're afraid to face something, or you may be afraid to face something, at least a good 95% of you. Yeah. It's feeling very sad. The energy is getting really sad. I can feel like bleh, it just like got really low here. And I am also feeling with the King of Wands that a lot of the times you may feel alone, even though you know on some level, most of you know that you have a spirit team, you have people in your life perhaps, but I think with the King of Wands, for some reason you're feeling alone, okay? With the Page of Swords, and I'll clarify this in a moment, see if I'm picking up on this correctly. I feel that with the Page of Swords, you're either thinking about somebody or somebody's thinking about you, or both. Someone that you resonate with, someone that's very important to you. And again, I don't know, the classic group 4 syndrome. It's if you don't know what I mean by that, if you're, I guess, new to the channel, for some reason, and I actually know the reason, group 4 has chronically involved with this messages a notion of a twin flame. That's okay if it doesn't resonate, that's totally fine. This also could just mean that there is some other psychic energy out there, whether it's from someone or something, that resonates with you, and it needs to reach you at all times. Can you tell us about the Page of Swords? Okay, I don't know what that was about. Can you please tell us, Spirit, what is the Page of Swords trying to get at? And another thing, King of Wands is looking away from something or someone, including one's self. And you know what would cure this? This is part of the divine intervention message. This is what they need you to hear. You need to look in the mirror, right? So, I mean, I don't think they mean literally, but it could be, right? Of course it could be. Looking in the mirror, that's what they need you to do. And you know what now? They just said it, and I'm glad I blurted that out because they said it with all caps. Really big, booming voice. Look in the mirror. They're asking you to actually look in the mirror. So if you want to do that literally, great. If possible. And if you want to do this psychically and symbolically, even better, right? They need you to face something. And if you're really terrified to do this, then I recommend, I guess what I've done is praying for strength and courage and bravery. It's not easy to do. If this were easy to do, I think the world would have a lot less problems. So don't worry, it's supposed to be scary. But fear is just fear. It's not actually going to kill you or be painful, but it is going to be scary. But you can move through the fear, okay? What is your message of divine intervention? Oh, wait, whoops. Page of Swords, is there anything from you? Page of Swords, Page of Swords. Do you have anything to add? Kind of was vaguely getting the letter W for some of you. I don't know why. Okay, you have at the bottom this beautiful combo here. You have the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Cups, kind of alluding to a connection with the person, as I mentioned. So I am confirmed here. Somebody is thinking of you, or you're thinking of someone. You have here 2 powerful major arcana cards. You have Temperance and the Fool. Some of you need to hear this next message. Depending on your preference and your choice and like what the situation is, this is going to resonate differently. So let me try to word this, okay? This has to do with either reconciliation / reunion or healing and a new beginning. So if this is resonating for you and the person, great. And if not, this is resonating for you, for you and yourself, yes, but also potentially of you in a situation or an energy, okay? So again, it's reunion / reconciliation and a new beginning. This new beginning may also require a risk of some kind, where you have to kind of push yourself to do something. For some of you, it's something as small as reaching out and communicating something. Others of you, it could be, you know, taking one step in the direction of some kind of a new path. Okay? But did I say? Yes, I did. In the beginning, I said that you were overly burdened. And if you can see, the fool here, the fool card, he's only carrying a tiny little knapsack. So whatever is going on here is going to unburden you too. That's like a hidden message there. But they wanted to tell you that there's room or an opportunity to become unburdened, to free the burdens. Here, I feel it in the heart space. That's big, huge burden in the heart for a lot of you. If this is not your burden to carry, this is one that you're picking up from something or someone. Yeah. There's a white rose here. This could indicate some kind of a peace offering, or like some kind of purity or something like that. I feel from this combo here, I feel oddly a motherly energy. I don't know why it's coming up as that, but I feel like, goodness, it's heavy. The energy of the archetype of mother, the energy of mother, right? Whatever kind of mother. And when I say archetype, I only mean that, like ideally, this would be motherly energy that I'm speaking of, instead of realistically what most people get, unfortunately. They're indicating that something is relevant here with motherly energy. So we're talking about nurturing and affection and love and healing and feeling safe and feeling like like this, like cuddled and cared for, like it's like a baby. Oh goodness. So this is relevant to the situation. I'm not sure exactly in what way. Maybe that this is what it will bring. Maybe this is what's just needed, or what will come in the future. I mean, it's whatever is resonating, but that's important here is what I'm seeing. Anything else before we get a different deck? What is your message of divine intervention for group number 4, our feather? Oh, your thing just completely went away. For our feather quill group, please. Yeah, it's I guess it's confirmed here for many of you. Maybe not all of you, but 4 of Pentacles is here. Oh my God, that's the third. Yes, that's the third stone bench. The stuckness, the heaviness, the for some of you, stubbornness, if you're willing to admit that, because like I know it's hard to admit that, but we're all stubborn, I think, in some way or at times. But you're stuck. That's what's needed to know here, that this energy is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you in this box, and you're glued into place. Now I'm going to assume that their message of divine intervention is that you can free yourself, right? But the first step to that is, again, the knowledge, the awareness, the desire to free your soul. Obviously that's not easy, but the next message is the Hermit. Okay, this is the way. This is the path. Group 4 is to do the Hermit work. Now, if you do not want to look into that mirror I spoke of earlier, if you don't like looking inward, if you're afraid to look at like anything within yourself or your past, this is not going to be pleasant. That is why you must prepare yourself for this journey of looking inward, of introspection and inner enlightenment, by asking for protection from your guides, again, asking for strength and courage and love and whatever. But what their message is for you is that, okay, I'm going to say it, you cannot progress further in your path to spiritual happiness or enlightenment unless you do the Hermit work first. Okay? That's a big thing. Some of you, and this is to say, like, some of you may not want to, some of you are already doing this, and that's wonderful. Keep going, keep up the great work. But yes, it's not going to be pleasant. It's hard. It's very painful. Now, alternatively, if that's not exactly resonating because you're already doing that, other piece of this message is that you have to remove yourself from other people's influences and energies and situations right now, and have this hermit alone solitary time. Okay? Again, your path to spiritual ascension or happiness or whatever, it cannot happen until you do this. You need to embody the energy of the hermit. Okay? Spend some time alone, go into your nature walks, your retreats, your caves. You have to have solitude and inner reflection, okay, inner enlightenment and introspection in order to make this happen. Okay, that's big. They're really emphasizing this. You cannot move forward. That's why you're stuck. That's what they're saying. You cannot move forward until you do this. So if you're really serious about this, you can Google the Hermit if you're not familiar with the description, okay? But even if you are, it will be helpful to just see it visually in front of you, okay? Now, I have definitely walked the hermit path, and for me personally, and I always talk about this, journal writing is very helpful. And I don't know if you have old journals, you can read through them, but any kind of thought-provoking stuff and reflective stuff will be helpful. So what are we talking? Journal writing, we're talking self-help books, maybe therapy, vision quests and stuff like that, like any kind of alone time. And you have to be able to hear your thoughts. If you have alone time but you're distracted, that really doesn't count towards this, because you have to be alone with you, with your own soul, your own mind, your own body. And again, if you're already doing this, great, just keep going. So that was part of their intervention message, is just keep going. And that's it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get a few more things, and then I will just end it with an oracle message, but I don't know what deck. Oh, I do know, actually. Here it is. The manga thing. I forget the name of this. Spirit for group 4, please. What else do you have for them, please, for group number 4? What is your message of divine intervention for group 4? Oh my goodness. Again, the heavy heart. The 3 of Swords. So this is what I am feeling from this card. The 3 of Swords is that, I think for a lot of you, every time that you have experienced this pain, especially of the heart space, whether this was grief, loss, trauma, betrayal, whatever it was, any kind of pain. You see this here. What they're telling me is that for many of you, the sword never left, no matter how long ago this happened. So there is going to be some very heavy heart chakra, heart space healing that needs to take place here. Oh my goodness. You're going to need patience for this, because if you've been carrying this wound for years, you have to be fair to the healing process. I'm not saying that it's going to stay around for the equal amount of time, but you have to be fair to this, because like, this is a long overdue thing. So it's going to take patience and time and nurturing in order for this to heal little by little. Okay, so if you guys want to share some lovely healing methods below, please do so. I guess the ways to heal is the way that we would heal anything. Again, I mentioned some things already. Journal writing and therapy is a way. You can do chakra healing. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube that you can watch for the different chakras and healing. You can write a letter to release emotion. You can practice forgiveness or self-forgiveness or whatever. But again, it's going to take time. Inner child healing is a big one for many people. Okay, speak to your child self psychically. Yeah, practice a lot of self-love. Lots and lots and lots of self-love. Try rose quartz or malachite, perhaps, for the heart chakra. I'm really trying to pull out anything I can possibly think of. Affirmations of self-love. You have to do it all, or anything, not all of it. I don't mean that in a pressuring way. I mean, do anything at all that resonates with you with healing of the heart. But self-love is huge. Self-love and forgiveness of whoever, even if it's of yourself, is huge. Alrighty. Any final thing from this deck? Because, I feel like it's still bleeding. I mean, and you can see it here. It's a little more graphic. You can't really see it well, but it's bleeding literally in this deck. And that's why you were called to this deck, to say, I am still bleeding. I am still bleeding. Now, that's part of your message too. If you feel like that's true, if you feel like you're still bleeding, um, I don't know. I guess maybe you have to like let yourself, how can I put this? You have to kind of let the blood flow in a weird way. Get it all out. Get it all out. Cry it out. You know, release this energy. Feel the wound. I know that sounds horrible, but like unless you really feel this pain, and look at my hands, I'm like clenching. Unless you really feel this pain, how can you release this pain? So again, pray for strength and courage and protection during this process, and ask your spirit guides and angels to take the pain, like surrender the pain. Because if you're not surrendering the pain, you're holding on to the pain, right? So this is really giving me chills. Like oh my goodness. Okay, enough. It's too much. Enough. Okay, so I'm going to get one more from here and then another from the oracle, and then that's everything. Spirit, any final message here? Yeah, she's crying here too. It's just like enormous release is going to happen. Okay, you got the Four of Pentacles again, okay, which was this card. But it was kind of in the reverse, so maybe there's a good indication there that if you so choose, you can unstick yourself or whatever. Okay, so let's do, you got the number 4 again on the bottom, 444, I don't know. That could be something you're seeing lately. Let's do 2 oracle cards, one from here. This is the wisdom, okay, the wisdom of the oracle. Spirit, can you please give us a message for group 4, our feather quill? What do they need to hear from you? What do you need them to know now as your message of divine intervention? Thank you. Interesting. Quite interesting. Bottom of the deck, you have chaos and conflict. So obviously, if you're feeling that way now, just know that December, they're telling me December, depending on when you're watching this, because yes, it's a timeless reading. For the most part, I do timeless readings, but they did indicate December as something important. So either this is, if you're watching this at the day that I'm posting it, this means that upcoming in December, something of balance and freedom is going to happen for you. If you're watching it at a different time, December could be relevant in some way. And then over here, this is really piquing my interest. Not for you. There's something here that's not for you, whether it's a mindset, a situation, or really whatever. But they're asking you to look at your life right now, maybe through a mirror, right? Maybe, or rather through a clear lens. And they're just asking you to consider what in your life right now is not for you. And you don't have to do anything yet, but just be honest about that. That's it. And then the final card here, we're going to grab from the Energy Oracle. This was really something. Like, I was getting into it. I always do, but this was really, really powerful. I feel like I was swimming in the waters with you guys. Oh my God. Okay. Luckily, before I did this, I took a salt shower because I don't really, baths take too much time. And it's like a super annoying, but like what I used, it was this, what is the brand called? I think it's Dr. Teal's or something. And they started selling these Epsom salt scrub thingy in a jar. And I'm like, oh, perfect. So if you guys want like a quick fix, I think that that's helpful. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. Okay. Group 4, final message. Thank you. Whoops. Just one, please. Just one for group 4. Yeah, I've been cleansing my energy constantly. This has been a really rough retrograde. Really, really rough. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but woof, it's hard. It's been hard. Is that one? Yes. Okay, so your final card here. So this is interesting. I noticed this at the bottom. You have 2 woman cards. Woman holding a heart. And the thinking woman. I just wonder about that. And you have here patience. I wonder if that is relevant for some of you. Okay. Interesting, right? But anyway, your final card, you have here the number 2. You have journey. So this card is looking to me like someone who either will or already has packed their bags. And you can see here the light is shining to say, go this way. Your spirit team, your spirit guides, are showing you the way. All right. What is she holding here? She's there's like some kind of a glowing thing in her hand. I don't really know what that is, but this here in effect is the baggage, but you are going to be freed of this, as I said. But this journey, this is a journey that you have to be willing to take with everything involved. So I think what Spirit's final message for you is that you can't have one thing without the other. You can't have the spiritual strength without the spiritual work, I think is the best way to phrase that. So that's it. If you want the spiritual freedom, you have to be willing to release something, or you have to be willing to face a fear. I think you kind of get my point, but that is what they are saying as your final message, okay? Oh my goodness. So group 4, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. Let me just fan myself with the feather. That's funny that I did that, because this is technically a feather quill pen thingy, even though it doesn't really function as a pen, but they're telling me a message. Some of you are writers. I think many of you could be writers. There is an important message for writing right now, whether this is you writing your books, your journal entries, or writing a message to either yourself or someone else. That was the final hidden message. They did that. That's cute. So they're indicating here that something about writing is important for you right now. And I just got kind of like weird butterflies. Blech. Actually, it was nausea. Excuse me. There's something here that I think is making you or someone near you incredibly nervous that I want to throw up. So that's interesting. You, you can let me know what that is, because that kind of took me off guard. I'll leave it there. Group 4, thank you guys so much for watching this. It was quite a transformative reading for me. Let us know in the comments if this resonated. If you found it helpful, feel free to subscribe. Okay, thank you guys so much. Info for personal reading is always in the description, and I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.